Hi, and welcome back. This afternoon, I'm standing at probably about 5,500 feet, looking down into the valley where I live. I'm up against the Sierra Nevada mountains, which you can see here. Those two peaks right there. The one rises probably, the one you can see in the far background there, that's probably at about 10,600 feet or so. We have a few repeaters that are on these mountains. And as you look across the valley here, you can see it's completely surrounded by mountains on all sides. And the mountains on the other side of the Sierras here are called the Pine Nut Mountains. And probably from here to the Pine Nut Mountains, where they start, is probably around 12, 13 miles. And then as you look at the other end of the valley, you can kind of see the mountains behind on the other end. Those are the Carson Range of the Sierra Nevada mountains. So from that end of the valley, all the way over to this end of the valley is probably around 20 miles. And the reason I'm showing you this is on the K5-Plus radio, the Tri-Band Radio. As I showed you, I have two of them. Actually, I don't know if I did show you that. I ended up buying another one, and I thought I would do a range test. So what I did is I went on various locations here in the valley and did a range test to see how the radio would perform. So let's go ahead and we'll go take a look at the radios, and I'll show you my results of the range test. As you can see, as I was mentioning in the clip before this, I have two K5-Plus radios. They're identical, both have the same antennas, and they're both set at 430 megahertz, which is on the 70 centimeter band. And I picked this frequency because we don't have any repeaters nearby that are around this frequency. And next to the radios here, I have my old Magellan MAP 330 handheld GPS. I have my home programmed into it. And when I go out to do a radio check, I am going to leave one of the radios here. And I'll take the other one with me, and then I can tell how far away I am from the radio here at the house. All right, we're going to go out. I'm going to go drive out to the far end of the valley on, I guess it would be the south side, heading towards the Carson Range Mountains. That's where Kirkwood is. And I can only get out about 8.2 miles before I go over the hill, and I won't have a signal anymore. So we're going to see if this radio works 8.2 miles away. And we're going to leave it in the room here. So not only are we going to be far away, we're also going to have, this house is made of slump stone, but the window we have over here is kind of facing in the direction we'll be. So let's head out and see what happens.
Doing a test of the K5-Plus radio, and we're doing a sound check on the other radio, and we are approximately about 1 mile away, and we are on the same elevation as the other radio. I'm doing a radio-to-radio check. I'm approximately 8.2 miles away from the other radio.
So as you can see in the video, we were a little over 8 miles away. And according to if you looked at the signal meter on here, we had pretty much a full bar on the signal strength. And that was south, out this window towards Kirkwood or the Carson Range Mountains. And I did do another test heading north, and on that one, I was 9.5 miles away. I was up on top of the hill before you cross over into another valley. And I had my son, I didn't record this, but I had my son take the radio outside, and I called him on the phone, and then I did a radio check on it, and he told me he could hear me loud and clear, and I could hear myself on the phone coming in loud and clear. So I'm not going to bother going, I guess it would be east to do a test, because I already know I've been on two ends of the valley and this radio performed flawlessly. So I'm pretty happy with this. I paid $29 for each of these, and then I bought an Iogi 8-inch antenna, which I tested it with the stock antenna, but this antenna probably performs just as well, if not a little better. The antenna was $20, so only, $9 cheaper than the radio. So, for around $50, I have a nice antenna, nice little radio. And I'll probably take it out later and do a test on the 1.25 meter band and see how that does on distances. So there you have it. Good little radio, good sounding radio, and has great range. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.